You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staff them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, voices down. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, God begin the security power. You keep calling me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. Climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah.
Good evening and a special welcome to yet another edition of the Liberty Education Talk. We come to you live na Liberty Television, now Facebook, YouTube and website. As usual, every Wednesday we can discuss issues surrounding development and education across the country. But of course, inside this edition of the program today, we'll look at the topic we get for discuss extensively the role of museum in heritage conservation and tourism. Now that will be discussed inside this edition of the program. You had a watch, we go send a message to the number +23274 200 545 or you pay comment at the platform inside the watch with this evening. Now the studio, I get the pleasure for welcome Francis Musa Momo. We are the Research and Development Officer na the Monuments and Relics Commission, Sierra Leone. This is now the studio, and I pleasure to get you, Francis.
Yes, I'm very happy for there, and also tell me people and all thank you with the watch.
All right,
everywhere.
Continue. All right, continue for day 2. You said as well where they watch the program this evening, where they come to you live. Send we message to the number +23274 200 545. Or you either send your message now the different platforms that you watch. We either now we Facebook or YouTube or we website we are www.libertyonlinetv.com, where we continue with the conversation this evening as we look at issues we get for do with the museum, the heritage conservation, and also things we get for do with tourism. Now the country, as we all only see a lot of improvements on the day now the tourism sector, and plenty people as well only pay much attention on the issue we get for do with tourism across the country. That's why we play host to the Research and Development Officer na the Monuments and Relics Commission, Sierra Leone, Francis Musa Momo. I think this is not the very first time we done the host and our studio as today we look at issues we get for do with the museum and things that we get for do with heritage across Sierra Leone. Let me start first for discuss on the issues, the new development that we don't happen. As I don't see a lot of work we don't do over the past few months across the country. So what's new within the tourism sector as we speak?
So the tourism sector they evolve every day, right? Because it's dictated by a lot of things, culture, which is key. What they do in terms of identifying and preserving your assets, and how then assets then they become fundamental structures for let people then move to them, so it be attractive, right? So if you look at the Monuments and Relics Commission, now the government body we tasked with heritage preservation broadly, so from historical, architectural, scientific, archaeological, ethnographic, a lot, right? and then a day under the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, we also they market the country broadly, right, using culture as a peaceful move the drivers of tourism. So they've been doing different activities, but like this year, then designate an as a ecotourism year, right, 2025, and that ecotourism, the theme is for connect culture, the conservation and communities, right? So it means culture very important to how they connect. Culture is important to heritage conservation and how communities are important. So, and when you talk about community is a very big term, but I you know you want for just drop on like that, right? But community means like waiting at the role and what we they do as a people individually, or groups of people, and whether they're not intellectual or certain things that they do not practice, then communities of practice, what then they do, and then how then they engage with then things that are where they move tourism go before. But tourism is a broad thing, so a lot of stuff then you look at how they develop an ecosystem, right? That okay, if we get a museum, how the museum they serve in purpose in this day and time, you understand? So you get to understand how museums they don't transform. Say for now, we will know the museum for is some, perhaps I will put it in the context of the like 500 years time or more than times, right? I don't move. So what are what's don't happen? Technologies are here, right? So how do they evolve with the museums, and also how you they bring access to the museum? Accessibility to the museum is an important thing. So bringing the message to the people, like where they talk about connecting culture, right? So connecting community. So that is why one of the things them way they lead right now within the Monuments and Relics Commission as a researcher and the team, and also the two museums and way they under Monuments and Relics Commission. But matter of fact, there is a lot of museums, you understand, we officially recognize, and also there are museums we not even recognize, but do not call them museum based on perhaps how then they operate. Because individually, if you go deep into the history and come back, individually, man as himself don't get the quest for collect, you understand, for acquire and also preserve, right? Me and Izos, you get some clothes and where you just select for the past 20 years where you keep, and so it's like that need to serve as an artifact to yourself for certain remembrance and stuff like that. But how many people they see them in that space of say this is something where they can protect, they can preserve, you understand? So if you're not there again, would I go take that responsibility for preserve that shirt there, or an artifact, or una grandpa in picture, you understand, and then share that as an educative piece to other people there. So those are the complex scenarios where museums then find themselves in Sierra Leone today, but we try for like change their narratives them out. Hi, bring the museum really to the people. So it's not about just you don't want now your comfort zone and say you want to come to the museum. Now we say okay, the museum awareness campaign. Let people then be aware of the museum, right? The student them, young people then be aware of the museum. Other people then where they can visit in the country as part of the tourism exposures. Let them come to the museum, because the museum now an important heritage center. Because then role they don't they collect, they don't they preserve, then they use it as exhibit. So it's a lot. There's an educational point of view around it.
That side more I be one for look at the aspects we get for do with the educational point of view for change the narrative across the country, because when you look at history and culture get an important pivotal role where they play for able for shape with culture, and the level of understanding for the people before reflects back what made all happen at the country. Plenty people only they get preview for going at the museum. When, like for me, I would say when I was in school, you know, teachers them be the way they take picking in a school for go watch waiting in the museum. So with this work where you do, how best you go want for bring this thing closer to the people, so that people will forget much more understanding and the importance for like they able for visit some of them museum, because we be they talk about their museum and we know they operate again. The museum and the way be say people are able for understand some of the things that we they inside it, and we they expect see a lot of improvement for day, like we don't go to the digital age, you know, for let people for see some of them things in the inside the museum. So what your office don't they do for ensure see this thing go to the schools, then this thing go to the community for let people understand it's important for let we get usual visit na the museum.
Yeah, like me, for me, I just happy for being in this moment, you understand? Because you see, over time we always don't advocate for a paradigm shifts in the way we educate ourselves, you understand? A paradigm shifts in the way we push education, right? So I just remember then days that they talked to a primary school picking them, and they asked them about certain things them, right? Or fundamental things about the nation. So then they sing national anthem, then they pledge to the country every morning, we then go before the assembly. So I asked one of the students, they asked, I say, why wouldn't they do that every day? So one of the picking and say, they do them because we like we country. You understand? Because so that was an important thing, but that particular question, the way he answered, so I try for also bring them into a simple way for say this way they do so now the values, right? The values where you feel say where you know say now you don't be taught about the nation, right? And if this value here where you let this nation, right, don't put the nation in itself, say the nation we all carry and we are ambassadors, right? So it means that we are good ambassadors of this nation. We want to let the nation big, so the nation big pass we all, now that way they will envision them, right? So because the nation big pass we all for work in one, right? So the museum very powerful in that in that direction, because you can use the museum in other places. Museums have been used to shape minds. Understand? Museums have been used to make people patriotic. Museums have been used to push nationalistic tendencies of people from young to the old, right? So that's why you get new variants, even when event that they happen, historical event that they happen. You see people that they create museum towards that. For instance, you get the Peace Museum na New England, yeah, right? But that Peace Museum, what they really try, then it born out of the position for Sierra Leoneans and other people that they come for no say we be get war in this country, right? And how we don't evolve from that war to peace, and waiting our post-war reconstruction stuff then what we don't they do over time, right? So if for say young people then or students they not go into that space, they not go able no. But apart from that, you don't just want them now for camp, because that itself for say then just for camp now for me it's a barrier, you understand? Because it is still a perpetuate the colonial structure within which museums were created. Okay. You understand, right? That you should be that elite person, you understand? You for don't get some caliber or some level of education. So basically some of these things were even used as prestige, you understand? As prestige for say you can, that means say you get some amount of knowledge, you can no. So we want for democratizing museum, understand? Decolonize the museum. And how you want for decolonize and for make them very fluid that the museums can be anywhere. Right, you can take the museum to the people. You can take the museum to the kids themselves. Right.
That is why like the aspect of decentralizing the museum, because like you mentioned, I'm pretty sure now few museums that we get within Freetown. I don't know whether we have more museums in the provinces.
No, not no. So because that's the thing. They also talk to people them. You see, this education, we're only glad about the education we get, right? The Western style education where we get a lot of people that don't use them even for barricade development, or they use them for undermine their own people then growth, you understand? Or use this education for oppress their own people them, right? So in this sense we really where they talk about, because this museum where you get now Salon today was created in the colonial era. Okay. Yes, I was created in the colonial era. This museum we get today was created in the 1950s, right? It was created in the 1950s. Who then are the people then we create them, right? Then create them within the structure will be the operates at the time, right? People that they go collect, like one of the pioneers of the museum, where they work based on in functions them, where they work people and they give them things then that then stuff then gather, then give back to what you see as a museum today. So everybody them they collect and count and center. And why we didn't they harm? But that's a key thing about colonialism, that everything they revolve around the metropolis. You understand? The center, if you're not kind of the center, you know the access the thing, right? So like so you go to Boo, you go to Kenema, you go to Kailan, you talk about museum, people not to understand. You understand? And not to understand. So, but the thing is, like I say, there's a deep history about fundamentally not just this way them we don't construct museums in we sense where we know them. We say we don't create museums before European Canada, Africa. You understand? We had museums before even the European gets museum. If you go deep into the history, right? Of collections, artifact identification and stuff, Africans, Asians, then don't they do place that we call today Iraq, you understand? Then don't they do museum, Nebuchadnezzar, thousands of years ago, right? Them and they don't deal with museums in the Bible.
But I think we get a little bit problem, more especially when you come to silent level on the aspects of heritage and boosting the economy. Just like for these few years, we don't see the tourism ministry they strive for like that particular area they expand, because I'm pretty sure I can remember the last time me and you been travel, we gonna Bounce Island when I want significant place that one day where people need for the visits as usual, because they get a lot of history so far for we country. So waiting you did do as a key research and development officer and the Relics Commission Sierra Leone, waiting you did do for ensure say people able to understand more about we culture and with tourism across the country, for like get more people involving the students and involving people in the provinces, for like this thing at least be part of Sierra Leoneans culture.
Good. So it important, because for me, one of my tasks them what I feel say, and also within the ministry, me I feel say museums and heritage. Now the people then get time. Now the people then get time. So you can't take it from the people. You understand? So the best way is to educate them about it, then get maximum potential about their history, their culture. But like we say, over time, a lot of people don't be estranged from their history, whether with a land book, you understand, whether because religion, you understand, me not Christian, me not Muslim, I not go do this, you get me, I not go do that again. So there's a lot of data or spaces for with traditional people, that even with villages and certain landmarks. These are spaces where they serve as reconnection, heritage issues, right? So then self at community level, for be able to recognize the things that we then know as important thing in the community, preserve them to a way, and then use them for attract other people then for come, right? So like for me, when I go to communities, I dey scan. I just let for a community where I dey scan like what are these the potential, because anybody where they look at transformation and transformation of your society, you dey look at the things them way very valuable to you people, you understand? Where tourism expert or practitioner they say na product, you understand? So there's a lot of people then they then get rivers, now then communities, they've not been able even to for protect their rivers and use them as a conduit for let people then come to them, you understand? Right? There are spaces, religious spaces inside in communities. So those can serve as an important space for reconnect with you people. Then reconnect they as now make you get then team park or team spaces in our communities. So like for instance, where me taking students to Bounce Island, now for let student them and young people that know say you don't need not to pass you get money or you become foreigner for go travel to sites in your country. You understand? Not to pass you become foreigner, because with over time we don't even make like tourism be like a foreigner something. You understand? Based on the education or either.
And that somebody be they tell me, we will get a privilege conversation. It seems strategically that there are many foreigners we no salon pass we born here because we don't travel. But then foreigners, they when they come, they look at strategic side and they want for stability. Why is you born at the country? You're not able to move to them particular places then.
Yeah, but the thing as well, it just I don't know that attitude. You understand? Over time, how people they don't train. Like I tell you, there are a lot of things and way they contribute to that. Like I say, you go see somebody you don't come, either you don't come up upline, you don't kind of fit on, they don't kind being educated, you don't born picking and you understand, or either you don't marry to somebody else we not to understanding culture, you understand, or understand the nation itself, or not really get the passion for the nation in its sense culturally and patriotically, you understand. So you see there is a distance. Right, so you know, so you see some people and you engage in a future. They say, "Me Sam from where them boy me I not cause at Alois." He's very proud way they say I'm back. Yeah, you understand? Failing for understanding that even is problematic. For let somebody born in a country for say I not good inside there, but like you know goes also by blaming them because there are underlying factors to them. Colonialism make the country, this one country, then divide it into two. You understand? Freetown become the hot spot, and then the other parts are not take care as Sierra Leone, you understand, or they take care as pseudo British, you understand, subject, and they are then the other hand they say now upliners and then interland. So first of all, you see somebody they grab now, it talks say anybody who come up upline not civilized, you understand, not civilized. So just know the kind of education we somebody they gets that they can space here for call in countrymancy, you know, not civilized based on in that company they don't travel now perhaps 20 or 30 villages them across the country. We diversely know the nation pass and we not move come off Freetown it. We then have Freetown when I just small space, you understand? We if you being in Freetown also make you know they understand the other spaces in our life, you understand, at the community. We make people then they equate certain activities that's a long way, not to tribalism, but they say that tribalism, you understand, because they don't understand their society, they don't know the culture of their society. So it's a lot. Me, like you always say, any education that you receive outside of your culture is foolishness. You are not educated. Because education itself is culturally based. It's culturally based. So if you are being educated and moved an education where they receive you and deceive you or estrange you from your culture, bro, you are being misled. You are not. You understand? You are all indoctrinated. You are indoctrinated. You are not educated. So that's all we need for understand them. Because when you understand, that make people they talk how's alone where the culture about, because some people don't even know what's in a Sierra Leoneanness now. You understand? Some people don't even know the value of being Sierra Leonean. You understand? Because if you, for instance, going to the museum or outside of the museum, if you get that requisite education, like how they go out, so they raise awareness, you didn't know. Bro, you didn't know say the museum can be used as a mirror for know how your society don't evolve from ancient, that pre-colonial, colonial, and post-colonial. If you dig deep into some the issues there, you don't know who say you don't make mistake and how you they progress going forward. So now I make some of the education self. We need to begin educating people then in culturally based education, because things that if you say science is modern, it's also culture. You understand? Because you can use culture to educate people in the science. So you see somebody know botanical names, scientific names, and we are Greek, in Latin, but you don't know the botanical name of your own plants that they deal with every day in a language. You understand? So you see how strange you are. Okay. So it's a lot.
Continue for the week. You will watch this now the Liberty Education Talk. We always come to you every Wednesday, as we always can bring people we na master sabi people na them feel with regards to educating the public on different topic areas. And of course today we look at the role of museum in heritage conservation and tourism across the country. And at the studio, you get the voice of Francis Musa Momo, in the Research and Development Officer, Monuments and Relics Commission Sierra Leone. As we look at plenty issues that we surrounding the museum and waiting you as Sierra Leone need to know about the museum and as well for know about the tourism, how we tourism sector don't they improve across the country. Continue for sending a message to the number +23274200545 or drop we a comment na the platform inside the watch with this evening, either on our Facebook page or with YouTube channel. We will continue the conversation as we come to the climax of this edition of the program, as we look at the vision in the tourism sector, Francis, you don't talk more about bringing culture, bringing history, the importance of the museum at the country. So tell we waiting now some of the key things and we people for know about the museum. Waiting they urge you for go, you know, and say I want to visit the museum today, which you probably will go for learn from that particular visit day.
So I can make few things then if we go be good. So identify, right? The museum, you they identify. Okay. You they identify. You they educate. You they protect, preserve. We artifact you collect, you need for conserve them, right? And then you they educate through exhibitions, through other specific programs. Then we go run at the museum. But I think one thing that women feel say can drive you to a museum is giving your time also in understanding your own yourself and your national or global history. Okay. You understand? Because when you understand yourself, you know the confidence, because self-confidence is very good. Empowerment, you understand? Empower yourself with information. When you empower yourself with information, going to the museum can be sometimes confirmation of certain things, right? So museums, you get different museums then. People they create different museums now. America they get balloon museum. You understand? Where you gonna balloon and normally they see balloon stuff like that. So everybody they get different themes about what they want for do, because they get an agenda, what they want for push their advocates for, right? So for us to, I feel say, if you can able, if you don't understand your history, that makes sometimes they say they struggle with patriotism. How Solomon go eat in cake inside plastic and then it's away and are gone. You understand? Instead of Ola, go left and a beam, right? Fine. So if you understand how these states don't evolve, how peaceful the states we don't do, you understand? How the states we they even use traditional knowledge for environmental protection. Some of the things them we do. Remember, like you come out, they will tell you, see, if you go cut that stick, there something happen, eh? Where they say you cut in tree, you cut and this that. But those are all traditional modes of conservation. Now that you don't want to let you cut the tree, because some of these trees the way they see so, we are serving as buffers to certain communities. They were boundaries to certain communities. So it serves heritage purposes. Some of them trees and it serves spiritual purposes. So they were giving this spiritual reflection for this, for make you know say, if you protect them, it go aid you. So that tree they not cut, where you come, if breeze they blow, it they only breeze or let not can make your hose fly, right? Or not can destroy your house during rain or flood. So, but in this thing they say now we civilized, we they get kick all of them. They no, I want for build hose, you understand? I want for do that. So you know they even focus on you on preserving the location. So for me, I feel like there should be these tendencies, the tendency for know yourself, get that self-confidence, self-awareness, and history is important for prepare you for your empowerment and enlightenment, because enlightenment is important for education. You can be educated and not enlightened. You understand? About yourself. And anybody where you be educated, you don't know yourself, bro, that's why we become problematic, because you don't even know what are the values of the nation. When you know the values of the nation, and then you go to certain place like the museum, or not even going to the museum come to you, you get expert there or people there for sit down with you for learn all discuss. So for me, I believe in that community participatory approach, right? We use mostly with these conversations with the museum awareness campaign. Go to the community, like what can go na assembly. Like if my team they talk or me they talk, I can't tin up with the picking them in line. You understand? Like what be the drum or the secondary school or primary school, tin up them in line. There's a lot where they learn from them. How do they want to see the museum? Because these picking all they see say we go for go teach, they are expert. You understand? They are expert. Some of them not even go to the museum because they don't feel like the museum don't move to the age, you understand, or move to the way they want them. So the museum awareness campaign, they position the pikin them for no say they are leaders, not of tomorrow, they are now, you understand. Because with this lie, oh, okay, lie to be the future leaders, you don't even know the future self. They tell the person a leader of tomorrow. No, you understand? So give them the inspiration now for understand say he or she is a leader, for no say, it can able make plan for this museum. What mean they can tell you as an expert for. It can able tell me, for tell you say, now so I want to see the museum. I don't want to go to the museum and see it as the way I go the way I be the primary school. So that also the position, the person way they deal with the museum, for make the museum move to the trend of them young people there, because they want to interact with spaces differently now, not to like way other people them they interact with them. So they want to interact. So that's how we are positioning the museum and other heritage spaces, bring them to the site. Because me, I believe in practice. We are gonna Cathedral School. That's a school established since 1827 here for Fobe College. In modern Fobe College get almost this image. It's a primary school. And they talk to the girl picking there. And they ask them certain questions. And they ask them, you they talk about migration as salon. Then you don't know, say, you'll be within a salon. You understand? You talk about migration. You talk about social studies, environmental issues. You don't know traditional models of heritage conservation and management, right? So they talk to, so because some of these teachers they teach social studies in a book, themselves not sabi the assets, they not sabi the heritage site. So how can a teacher be teaching a place like Bones Island and they talk about slavery? He himself not visit the site yet.
So I think that now topic for another day. we get for discuss about the issue of civic education and history, how that's important now with school curriculum and how teachers and for the use them. For help the picking them, for move them na differently. Just like what you do the last time for take students from Fabric College for visit Bones Island, where I think most of them will be there. That be the very first time. that was their very first time. Me as well. That was my very first time, you know, for get them particular experience then day. Well, as time down the bet we Francis, what think will be your message to viewers that would watch you this evening?
So the message is always let we try for learn about we self. It's important. Self-awareness. It affects a lot of African people now, the continent and the diaspora. Most times you meet African man in here they don't, bro. You need to get the enlightenment for put your head everywhere, self-aware, put your position very clear and make you stand them very right about how you want to see you people them, and you not go do that way you don't understand your history. You understand? So that's why you see a lot of people them. They are masked. They understand themselves from other people's them face, other people's them eye, other people's them idea about them. So some of these things need for change. If we want to get progressive leaders, progressive young people, and where they come, they need for understand themselves from a rooted culture. Because now they then they able to make the change, understanding their society in their own language, understanding society the way they want for move them in collective unity, not to in a disarray. You don't need any divide and rule, conquest and stuff like that. Engage them with truth. We need to be very elementary. We need to be so primary with we self rather than position we self in a sophistication we want for mask. We serve because we say, okay, I don't learn this way, but you don't know natural, you're not enlightened, but you use that pedestal there for oppress the other people them we sometimes sabi pass yourself, you understand? Okay. So we need for know, and we talk to people them. The museum is open, but we are coming with the museum to you because one of the drivers of this awareness campaign are that we they go and then we engage people them. We want for let people then come. Like then while I go to school Friday, the conversation I got at the beginning. I don't talk to them. I will sponsor some kids with them teacher for go now the Railway Museum. Okay. You understand? So that is an idea. They're going there this Friday just for let them go see practice. Now they're not to the book no more and they teach them. That make you they see with the train engineers now, but where road come for make we they go take other people in another country. Okay. We they graduate them every year, but they're not able to make even the road way for we college day for let we go there. You understand? Right. So it's a problem.
To you, Francis. Momo, Musa, we join me at the studio. Many thanks for you come and share your experience as a research and development officer now the Monuments and Relics Commission Sierra Leone as we try to popularize the aspects of the museum and how important heritage conservation day inside tourism sector across the country. Now, a pleasure for get you. We hope for get you some other time.
Yes, thank you. I'm always open. Anytime when I get ideas on I want for discuss, I'm open and I'm willing for share within I get and let we people then move to a progressive and enlightening state of then higher consciousness.
All right. Many thanks as well to you. We don't watch the show this evening. You don't send a message. And of course, continue for Watch Liberty Television. As always, every Wednesday, we can look at issues surrounding development and education across the country. I want to say many thanks to my studio technician, Musa Saukoma, and of course, Samuel Thomas. We help you for bringing to you clear pictures of this particular edition of the program. So meet again for another edition of the program. My name is Al-Hassan Koma. Get yourself a comfortable night. Bye-bye.
For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Voices come. Credibility, now we ability news, give you the views, detail where you want.